What's going on, dudes? In this one, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to make this amazing melon slash bone meal farm, which I needed to make for the ultra mega tree farm that I have right over there. And this design I actually got off a StrangeCraft video, and in his video he said that he was inspired by an mango design. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we start. This thing's absolutely crazy. So what this is, I made mine 150 blocks long. I also made it so I have two flying machines that actually collect all the melons. And the way it works is that you have these flying machines that are hooked up to these hopper minecarts. The iron bars that are under there actually break the melon, and then the hopper minecart collects up all the melon, and then the iron bar actually pushes the hopper minecart back and forth. And then we have hoppers underneath each one, and for each arm of the flying machine, I actually have a separate composter down here. So I have each of the arms going into a separate composter just so that it can keep up. I actually have two for each one, just because I was getting the thing to back up a lot, so I needed to make two separate composters for each side of the arms of the flying machine. This one right here took me about 5 or 6 hours to make, just because I made it so large. I made two separate modules and I made it 150 blocks long. I know in StrangeCraft's video he actually just made one of these modules with one of the flying machines, and he made his only 100 blocks long. So I just needed a lot more bone meal than that, so I decided to go with this design here. And I'll go over some of the problems that I had. Like, I actually built this in a slime chunk, which caused some issues, and I'll show you how I fixed that, because I am building this below Y level 40. I also was getting mob spawns, which was also breaking the farm, so that's why I put up all these lights above to make sure that the whole thing is lit up enough to not spawn any mobs here. So in the tutorial section of this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to build one module of this. You can definitely make a second module just like I did, or make it as long as you want. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos. I would really appreciate it if you left a subscribe. It's free, it takes about 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you really want. Do you want to play on a Minecraft server with me and receive some other really cool benefits? Definitely consider becoming a Patreon today. And the first thing you need to do here is make a dirt or grass platform that is 13 blocks wide. So from this side over to that side, it's gonna be 13 blocks of dirt. So you have a 13 block wide platform, and then you can literally make it as long as you want. Again, I made mine 150 blocks. StrangeCraft made his 100 blocks. It doesn't really matter. Just the length of the farm is going to determine how many items you want in these hoppers for this hopper timer. So mine is literally full because I made mine so long, and I needed these full hopper minecarts to fully dump all of their items. That's why I made my timer so long, and that also gives it more time for all of the melons to grow back. I wouldn't recommend making it smaller than 100 blocks just because you need that much time to actually grow the melons back. The next step is to turn the dirt into farmland on every other block lengthwise, and the blocks on the end, on the very end of the farm, should be the farmland on both sides. Now, if you've turned all the dirt or grass into farmland, what you need to do is actually plant the melons. So now that you planted all the melons, the next step is to make sure that the ground stays hydrated, and you're gonna have to plant the melons as soon as you hoe the dirt or grass, to make sure that the farmland doesn't turn back into just dirt. Or you can put in these water sources before you actually plant the melons. And the way that we're doing these water sources is we need the land all the way over here to stay hydrated. So it covers this whole area right here, which is great. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this 3 in from the side, and then you're gonna count from the back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th one you're gonna put in this water source. And then when you do the next one, you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then on the 9th one, that's where you're gonna put the next one. So then you're gonna wanna count 9 in between each of these water sources, and then what you're gonna do is put in a stair that is right side up, and then put a water source in the stair just like this. And then it's gonna hydrate all of this land. The next water source that you're gonna put going the width ways of the farm is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's gonna be on the 7th block over. So there's gonna be 6 blocks in between each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're just gonna fill in the water sources all the way covering the farm. Now you're gonna have all the melons growing. So now all we need to do is make the collection system and the flying machine. If you want to make your farm a bone meal farm like I have mine, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have composters at the bottom, or just all of the output be in composters, and then like a collection system. I just have mine going straight into a tree farm, but this is where you would put your chest if you want to collect all the bone meal. You can also just put a chest down here and have hoppers going into the chest if you just want to collect all of the melons, if you want to like trade it with the villagers or something like that. So you have all the composters set up, you have all these hoppers set up going into the composters, and then you bring the hoppers up over to where the flying machine is going to be docking. So then to make the actual flying machine, what you need to do is put down these hopper minecarts. And to put these down, you need to first put down rails on each of these spots and then put down the hopper minecarts. And then what we need to do is we need to put down, or put a line of slime that is not just one block above the hopper minecart like this, but two. So it'd be up where this observer is, and it'd be an arm going out this way. This one is 5 slime blocks long. This one is actually 6 slime blocks long. So this is an odd numbered length flying machine. And then on the underside of these arms, of these slime block arms, you need to put an iron bar. So on this spot right here, this spot right here, and this spot right here, just where you have the hopper minecarts. Then you're, and these ones over here, of course, as well. Then you're also gonna put pistons above these that are then gonna push both these slime block arms down so that the iron bar goes into the middle of the hopper minecarts like you see right here. This is a quick vibe check. Let me know how hard you're vibing down in the comments below. And if you're vibing hard, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can join the Dusty tribe. Cool, let's get back into the video. And then you turn this into a flying machine. You put a sticky piston like this on this side, and you put a sticky piston like that on the other side. And then you put the observers facing upwards right here, one facing upwards right there. And then this one is actually going to be an observer facing downwards, looking at this slime block right here. Now that is only there for the return station. So the other side over there, that is how this flying machine returns. This is a classic flying machine. You guys have seen me make these before with the observers and the sticky pistons and the slime block arms. It's just that we have these hopper minecarts with the iron bars underneath. This is where the farm actually gets more technical and a little bit more complicated. This is our classic Etho hopper clock, okay? But it's weird because it's over the top of this flying machine. And it's only over the top of this flying machine. The only real part that really matters is this piston right here over the top of this observer. So what happens is that this hopper clock goes, and when the hopper clock runs out of stuff in the actual hoppers, if I can get in there right here, once it runs out of stuff in the hoppers, then the redstone block that's right there is actually going to power that solid block that I have right there, and then it's going to power this piston. It's going to put an update in front of this observer, and it's going to send this thing backwards. So this is a classic Etho hopper clock, 2 hoppers facing into each other, the comparators on both sides, there's one over there as well, facing into the solid blocks, redstone dust on top, sticky pistons with a redstone block in the middle, and then you're going to have this piston in this spot right here with a solid block above it, and then another redstone dot on top. Now depending on how long you make your farm, you should put in different amounts of items in your hopper clock, so you can go ahead and test with it all you want and figure out what you need for your specific design that you're building. I went ahead and just put like the whole inventory. I wish I could put a little bit more than this in here, but I can't, and that's completely fine because it does end up working out the way that I built it. This is your on and off switch right here. All you have to do to make sure that the farm turns off is power this block. I'm gonna set up a more eloquent way to do this. Right now I just literally have a lever right there, which is fine, but I'm gonna make this all connect up to the tree farm, so I can literally just switch a lever over there, and then it ends up turning both of these on, as well as the other bone meal farm that I made down there, which is the sugarcane farm. That's pretty much it besides the return station and the lights on top. For the lights on top, just make sure that all the lights are 4 blocks apart, and I think I make these like 3 blocks off the ground. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, they're on the 4th block above the ground, so there's 1, 2, 3 blocks before you actually put the light, and then I put each of them 4 blocks apart. That's going to make sure that nothing actually spawns on these blocks. Another issue that I had was that I built mine in a slime chunk, which did create issues. The slime would spawn here and they jump around, and then they would jump on these, and then they would turn this back into the dirt, and then melons would grow here, and it would mess up the farm and everything would break. So what I did to make sure that the slimes wouldn't spawn here is I just covered this in glass so that you can still drag the hopper minecart across the glass, but then nothing will actually spawn here. So it does actually make it so that this flying machine right here gets less melons than that side, but it's fine. I didn't really lose that many melons, and I think that this solution was pretty eloquent for the problem that, you know, was presented here. On the backside right here, you do need to put these glass blocks where the hopper minecarts are gonna land. So the hopper minecarts are gonna land here, and then this is the side where it's offset a little bit. And then what I did was right above this glass block right here was I put an immovable block. I don't know why this is like this, but I'm gonna fix that because that should not be like that. I put an immovable block. I just use a furnace because it's cheap and it's easy to move if I have to move it. And then on this glass block right here, we have this piston facing this way. This is how the flying machine is actually going to return. So it's the block right in front of this glass block, and then there's 3 blocks until you actually put that piston. Just put that piston there. Make sure you remove these temporary blocks. Cool, so that's how you build the farm. So this is the actual flying machine in action. As you can see here, it goes along, it scrapes up all the melons. The melons grow back after a little bit. And yeah, this thing fills up, then it's gonna hit the return station over here. And since we had that observer facing upwards, it's gonna send a pulse into this piston, which is then gonna put a update in front of the observer that actually sends the machine back this way. Then it's gonna dock here. The etho hopper clock is gonna make sure that it spends enough time here to drop off most of the melons. Then everything's gonna go down there and it's gonna turn into bone meal. Wow. Okay, we got through that. Hopefully you can build that in your world after the explanation. I tried to get through that so you guys can actually learn from what I've been doing here on the StrangeCraft server. I built all of this on stream. Like literally everything that I've done here, I've done on stream. So you guys should be hanging out on the streams and watching me build this stuff because it's a really cool process to actually see how I put all of it together and then seeing it, you know, the fruits of your labor, seeing it all come together here. Some other stuff that I have been doing on stream recently is actually using the tree farm. Okay, so I have a lot of wood now. I have spruce, I have birch, I have oak, and I have a lot of wood. Because this thing is essentially just, you know, there's some melons that get in here. This thing is essentially just free logs at this point. All I do is turn this thing on, sit in here, AFK, aim right there, and generate trees. Because we're making enough bone meal that I can just sit here and get trees all day long. I've also started to put in the floor and get rid of the issue with the lava. I was falling in the lava a lot and it was becoming very problematic. This is going to be a huge project. I spent about 3-4 hours and I spent about 5-6 shulker boxes on all this glass that I've already put down. It really doesn't look like that much, but this is like 6 shulker boxes of glass, of blocks right here, which is absolutely crazy. And now I'm starting to work on this stuff over here, filling in all this so I can come over here and have easy access to all of the slime that we have here, which this thing is backing up, so I'm gonna have to make a better storage system for this. And this place just does look kind of messy. I need to clean it up and make it look a little bit better, but I'm saving that. That is gonna be a project for another day for sure. Some other stuff I've been doing on stream, actually Patreon exclusive streaming, was I fought the Ender Dragon with my dad for the first time. That was his first time fighting the Ender Dragon. It was a lot of fun, so it was really cool for all the patrons who are hanging out and watching that happen. I ran out of time in this episode. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you some of that footage in the next episode. So if you're interested in seeing me help my dad play Minecraft, definitely check out that video. I'm really excited to get that one to you guys because that was a lot of fun to do with my dad. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.